Okay, so today we're going to be installing Visual Studio Code on Windows. If you're using a Mac or Linux, I also have installation videos on how to install that for those platforms. I also have a few videos on Visual Studio Code coming up on how to use it and set it up. So this will just be an installation. And any links in this video I'll include in the description for you. So let's start. You go to Visual Studio Code install link. So download it. We'll hit save. So this will download the setupinstaller.exe. So by default it goes in the downloads. So just double click that. So let's accept the agreement. I'll install in the default location. Visual Studio Code as a start menu. That way it's easier to find. We'll do that. We'll add to the path. That way we don't have to do that manually. And we'll add the open and Visual Studio Code register. So yeah, we'll set up Visual Studio Code and click all these to set it up as our default. If you don't want to, you can uncheck this. And these other options allow you to open directories directly in Visual Studio Code or file context menus. So if you wanted to use like the file browser. The shell right here basically allows you to use it from the command line or PowerShell. So let's install this. So now we're going to launch Visual Studio Code and click Finish. Okay, so now that it's open, basically you can kind of just do a short introduction. You can see that we have the File Explorer. So you open this, this will show your current files. Visual Studio Code is just like a text editor. So basically what we have is extensions that allow you to do a bunch of other stuff. Also has Git for version control, and a little debug button which integrates with some extensions. Then we have a little search. So I'll go over that in another video more in depth, but basically this is just a pretty simple install. So like it said before, I believe I can't use the command prompt to start stuff. So let's go code dot, and it doesn't do anything. Or actually no, that works, even though it said there was a restart required. Interesting, but basically you can open the command prompt or the PowerShell and actually move around. So like with CD, we'll go into documents and then we do code dot and it will open the Visual Studio in that current directory, or you can specify the full path name instead. So C: my music or whatever. Now the other options, let's close that. So then you could also open up the File Explorer. Okay, so Visual Studio Code on Windows also has the option of opening files from the File Explorer. So I just opened Pictures, Camera Roll, and created this new text document. So when we right click, we can see Open with Code. And we can see the new text document in the File Explorer right here. So I think that's about it for this one. Thanks for watching. And remember to check out my other videos on Visual Studio Code.